Okay, I think we can start. So, welcome back to our series of webinar about Caribbean products. Today's webinar is not actually about Caribbean in general, but more about like positive mindset and techniques to upsell high cabin categories. Obviously, I'm not here to kind of teach you how to do sales. Obviously, you are sales experts and you are actually on the field, not me. But I want to kind of share a couple of things that might help you grow and might help you improve your business results. So the world is changing. I mean, there is not a single day that is as same as the previous one. And people are changing, audiences are changing, cruise companies are changing. On this slide, you can see Symphony of the Seas that is used to be, that is now like second biggest cruise ship in the world and one of the first cruise ships that we built, and you see the difference. And that's why it's very important that we need to change as well, being the sales experts. And first of all, we need to change our mindset. It's the most important thing because you all know there is always this people around who are negative, who are always complaining, and it's very hard for them. So when you have a positive mindset and positive attitude, it's much easier for you to be an expert in what you are doing, to be passionate about what you are doing. And yeah, just a couple of examples. We all seen these people. I mean, yes, we are in sales, but we also sometimes customers, and we've seen these people who are not really good salespeople. They're manipulative, so they're pushy, they are dishonest. The only thing they want to do is just to make you buy something. And because I'm using the word make you buy something, it's the worst thing that you can do, make someone do something. They are themselves centric. They're only concentrated on their own targets. They are thinking about short-term goals and stuff like that. They're reactive, disinterested. There is absolutely no post-sales service. They're lazy, unoriginal, arrogant. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on. But good thing is that, I'm managing like, oh, this is a thing I forgot to do. I forgot to introduce myself. So let me make one step back. So my name is Alex. I am a key account manager for Royal in Eastern Europe, in Balkans, in Malta, and many, many countries. So that is why I'm here. I'm doing this webinar. So going back to a webinar. Yes, these are the things that I can tell about bad people, bad salespeople. But the thing is that, yes, I'm traveling, always traveling to the market. I talk to our representatives, to travel agents, to PR agencies, marketing agents, to millions, to thousands of different people. And I can see that people who are selling cruises and who are selling our cruises are different. And they are good salespeople. They are authentic, they are honest, so they don't put pressure on a guest. They try to find an original solution to his problems. They are client-centric. They try to focus on customer needs. I'm saying you are like this. You are passionate about the product that you are selling. You are passionate about cruises. That's why you are here, and you are creative. I don't think there are more creative travel agents than those who are selling cruises, because you are not only selling, like one product, like hotel or whatever. You are selling like the whole package. But what we are actually selling? Are we selling services? Maybe cruises, packages, holidays, trips, anything else? We are selling experience. And because we are selling experience, one thing might be really, really dangerous. So is assumption. So assumptions are dangerous not only in sales; they're dangerous in all kind of uh, like life experiences. But when a customer comes to us, one of the biggest assumptions is that we assume what they want. And this is a big problem in sales because instead of like asking questions and getting information, we are just assuming and trying to sell them instead of helping them buy. So asking questions is very important. And it's one of the first principles that we kind of need to remember. Another thing is that we assume that they may be not interested. Sometimes they send like a message or an email or WhatsApp text or whatever, and it seems like like a random request that wouldn't convert, so you don't spend like too much time on it. Another assumption. It's okay to think that someone isn't interested or that he wouldn't buy, but yeah, why don't we ask? If we ask right question, we might help person to become ready or understand when he will be ready. And yeah, the third assumption that I find very dangerous is that we assume that others are working the same way as us and that others know how we work and like what our timelines, what our processes, etc., etc. And this is even more dangerous at cruises because cruises are so different from anything else. And when we are assuming this kind of stuff, yes, it just creates a negative connection between us and a customer. And also we have assumptions of data because all of us, some of us have decades of experience, some of us have years of experience. And based on this, we are assuming things that are not actually true anymore because the world is changing, audiences are changing. And yeah, we can do a small quiz with no present. Who do you think is younger, suite guest or standard cabin guest? You can drop a message in the chat, like next few seconds. Oh, thank you, Maria. Thank you for actually visiting all of our webinars. I can see you all the time in the chat. But yeah, you're true. You're right. Suite guests are younger, which was quite surprising to me, to be honest, because I was assuming that suite guests, because usually more wealthy people are older, that they're probably gonna be staying in a suite. But no, it's an opposite. Who is traveling with kids more often, suite guest or standard guest? And again, the answer is suite guest. All these assumptions are, yeah, so we need to ask even sometimes ourselves and our data and our analysts to get this type of information. And this brings us to a question: who are our guests? Who are the guests that are booking cabins that are more expensive than just inside or ocean view cabin? One of the most common misconceptions is that people buy balconies and suites just because they can afford it. But is it true? Like, do they buy suite only because they're flying business class? Or like, why? Why? Yeah, obviously there are some kind of regions like Middle East who are famous for booking like the most expensive things, but we are not all of us are living in Middle East, so we need to find guests. And as I already said, they are seeking experience. So we need to sell them experience. And yeah, okay, we can say service is different in a suite, but is it like really that different from, I don't know, Ritz-Carlton or Mandarin Oriental, whatever, or any other 5-star hotel. I guess it's not. I guess like all luxury services, more or less same worldwide. It's always gonna be like, some fancy luxury toiletry, some nice carpet from, Persian silk, whatever. But do people really care about it? Or maybe they want to enjoy their breakfast on a balcony with a nice view on Nassau, and next day with a nice view on Roatan, spend the day at sea, and then come back to Miami. They are seeking experience, and yeah, we need to deliver it. We need to show them what they are paying for. Inside cabin is like a basic experience that they get. They get a room, ocean transportation. You see, this slide, it looks so boring because you get 5 bullet points, which is accommodation, transportation, meals, beverages. But what if it tells them what exactly are they getting for the money that they're paying? They're getting a cabin with a king bed, sofa, nice bathroom, and balcony. They're gonna visit multiple different cities, and they're gonna have a wonderful view from their balcony on it. That we have 15 complimentary restaurants. So we kind of show them what they're gonna pay for. And here, this slide is showing what their balcony cabin gonna include. And it's already like a lot of things. And we are not even talking about suites yet. And yeah, let's talk about suites. You see how many things are here. And yes, we talk about having an experience in a price, but obviously all of them have their own budget. And sometimes all of these things that are included in a suite are much cheaper than booking like inside cabin with all these amenities. So because of that, I want to show you one interesting tool that they're teaching us at Royal, which is called Third Box Thinking, which is basically a sales tool for, I would say, B2B sales, but it easily can be used for B2C sales as well. The main idea of Third Box Thinking is that we are going an opposite way. We stop being like Royal centric, or in your way, travel agent centric. We start to be customer centric. So first we ask them questions, and then based on their answers, we are offering them a solution to what they're actually seeking. And I put a couple of questions on the slide that we see actually work well on different markets in Europe, Africa, and Middle East. And these are, on one hand, you start thinking, and these are quite simple questions, but when you start asking and when you get this information, it's so much easier to find a good solution for your guests, especially with Royal, with our 28 ships, 27,000 different cabin categories. Yeah, we have a lot to offer. We have a lot to kind of support you in a way of product. So the very first question I would ask is, what do they expect from their vacation? They can come, they can have a feeling that they want to go on a specific cruise ship, to a specific itinerary, but I mean, we are there to help them. And sometimes their like knowledge may be lacking, and that's why like what they're choosing is not what they're expecting to get. And here you are, expert of Royal Caribbean, expert of cruises. You're here to help them buy. Ask them what they want to see, what they want to do, where they want to go. Do they like food, or do they like beach, or do they like shopping? Whatever they want. The world is beautiful, and the world is huge, and we have so much to show. And yeah, ask them when you ask questions. This is the thing that will destroy all assumptions, and that will remove all negative between you and the guest. And after that, you will be able to find the perfect solution for them. And yeah, another tool. I mean, it's not actually a tool; it's actually a technique that our onboard sales team is using, and it's also very simple. But like, bear in mind that it actually works really well when the customer is in your office. If we are talking about like digital connection, this one may not work unless you are, you know, quite aware of this person, his loyal guest or whatever. So what will be the first cabin category that you will offer them? Our onboard sales team are offering balconies first, because this is how they can go up and down after that. Because the person can say, okay, guys, it's too expensive. I still like an itinerary, I still like a ship, but the price is too expensive. And yeah, they say, okay, we have ocean views and we have inside cabins. We want to go down. Or if the person says, oh, that's okay, they still can tell them, oh, but look, if you're going to buy sky balcony, which includes sky amenities, you're going to get this, and this for just, $30 per person per day extra. And at this moment, this guest may consider and return. We see that like around 30% of all onboard bookings are actually are suites, and around 65% of all onboard bookings are balconies and above. If we talk about non-onboard bookings, it's around 51% of balconies and above. So it's kind of easier to upsell when the person is in front of you and when you have like a direct communication. This was a very brief webinar from me. And yeah, we have 4 more to come in the next 3 weeks. Yeah. So next week, Barbara will tell you more about Next Cruise. Barbara is also a key account manager for France for our company. She is an ambassador of Next Cruise team on shore, and she knows a lot. I mean, she's been with us for 15 years, I guess. Then also next week, we're gonna have a guest from Miami office, Clem, also loyal to Royal for, I guess, 30 years or something like that. And Clem is gonna tell us about Mice business. Mice business is actually growing in Europe, so it might be a way of you like seeking new opportunities. So don't miss. Clem is an amazing host of the webinar. In 2 weeks, we're gonna have a webinar about marketing, how to promote. Ahmed, our marketing manager for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, is gonna do a webinar, show what assets are we have and what how you can use them. And me again, the last one is gonna be a very beautiful and tempting webinar with a lot of photos and videos, just a description of most important port of calls we are having in the Caribbean, with like some advices on what to do, like what you can advise your guests to do, and some personal experience. Thank you all for coming, and see you soon.